All right, hey now, Petey Grizz here. Be quiet, little mouse. I know you're making little noises. Let's not do that right now. Anyway, so what I want to talk about today is we're going to talk about the transition from the Champion B into the Champion C and into the Craftsman. So prior to 1973, from 1952 to 1973, with some minor changes in between, the Champion was available. Champion A had a corkscrew, Champion B had a Phillips, so this would be a Champion B. So we've got the square Phillips. This is from the early set. This is right around the end of the Champ B. Square Phillips, boom. What they used to consider a fine screwdriver, which isn't that fine, boom. Reamer, no sewing all, boom. Notice this has the owner's names issued to it. Brian Lowe, probably Brian Lowe, I would suspect, was the owner's name. Outstanding. We've got the tweezers with the aluminum tip. We've got the toothpick, for picking your teeth, whatever you want to do with it. Got the bottle opener with the screwdriver, with the stripping notch. Bam, bam. The triple, the triumvirate of excellence. Then we've got the can opener with the small flathead, with the 2D Phillips. I mean, what more can you ask for? Fantastic. You can open cans, you can drive screws. I mean, look, you can do all kinds of cool stuff with that. This one's still a little gummy. Still working on cleaning it up, but she'll have some snap once I work on it. This guy, obviously, that's a shame. Broke the original spring to it. No problem. I'll get that replaced right away. That's no problem right there. Little beautiful 91mm scissors with the spring. And then we've got the fish descaler and hook degorger. This debuted in 1952, and hence the Champion and Fisherman models, and any models that had this, debuted in 1952 as well. Next, we've got the wood saw with the brush surface. Looks fantastic. Got some scratches because that bed bear was used. Outstanding. Check this out. And then here we got what was the file that basically ran up until like the 2000s, I believe. Now, I mean, I've got the file on my Master Craftsman, which dates to right around the same time. Neither of these have the, if you notice the tip, you see, these both date to right around 1972. And you can see the transition in the file right there. The older file having the cross cuts going all the way to the tip. And then the files from 1973 on having the nail cleaner tip at the top. Very cool. Another little difference in there. Then we've got, outstanding. I mean, who doesn't love a good clip blade on a Swiss Army knife? Just makes my day when a Swiss Army knife has a clip blade. So much better than a spear blade, pen blade, or whatever you want to call it. Their other secondary blade shape, I really enjoy when they have a clip blade. And then we've got the main event. We've got Victorinox, Switzerland, stainless and rust-free. Victoria with the crossbow office CA Suisse. Very cool. The 57 to 73 tank stamp. This is pretty much my bread and butter. This era is, like, to me, just what defines, if you had, if I could just picture a Swiss Army knife in my mind, it looks like this, or it has a bail on it, but it's the ones from 57 to 73. So now, that being a Champion B. So let's check out a Craftsman. When the magnifying glass and such debuted and the Champion C came out, the Champion B became a Craftsman. Couldn't become a Master Craftsman because we already have a Master Craftsman, so it became just a Craftsman. So we get, again, we get another square Phillips. This one's a little more beat up than the other guy, but still cool little example to have. The medium screwdriver with a McTwist on the end of it. How about that? We've got the reamer with no sewing eye. And this one does not have its owners initialized. They must not have loved it as much. Anyway, we've got the tweezers. And they've got the aluminum head with the toothpick indeed. And of course, we've got our opening layer. Bam, bada bing, bada boom, bottle opener. Cappity pow, the can opener. Shickety zoom, the 91mm scissors. Flickety flam, the fish descaler / hook disgorger tool. Bong bong. And then we've got that beautiful saw with the brushed surface. Then next we've got another of the later file, but not the latest file. But a very cool, my favorite, my personal preference, if I have a choice between the files, this is my go-to Swiss Army knife file right there. 10 World, oh no. Tragic, it's a pen blade. Well, I mean, this dates till probably somewhere after 74, so you gotta understand that. Not a big deal, it's just got a pen blade. Yep. Then we've got the 4-line tang stamp, crossbow, cross, officier Swiss, bong bong. Now, what's the difference between a Champion B and a Craftsman? Absolutely nothing, other than one came out before 1973 and one came out after 1973. All in all, they're the exact same knife. Of course, these have, one has a clip blade and one has a pen blade, but that also has to do with the 73 date. So, then we've got a frequent flyer here, the Master Craftsman. Interestingly enough, the difference between a Craftsman and a Master Craftsman is that the Craftsman adds, dun dun dun, the fish descaler, whereas the what was I going to say? Yeah, the Craftsman has a fish descaler, the Master Craftsman does not. Now, common sense would dictate that you would have the more tools on the one with the more words, right? So Master Craftsman would have an extra tool. But remember, they just had to flip-flop these names around because they were going to run with Champion in another direction. We're still going to release this. They already had the Master Craftsman, so they called it a Craftsman. What are you going to do? Not a big deal. The Master Craftsman, still my favorite. Actually, my personal favorite is a Master Craftsman Small, of which I have one waiting to is being repaired right now in Ebach, Switzerland. And I can't wait to get that bad bear back because those are super cool. Pretty much my ultimate package. And then here we've got another one I've gone over recently is the Champion Type C. Now, of course, the Champion Type C, rather than have a Phillips, has a corkscrew. So you got the corkscrew. This is an earlier Champ C too. So yeah, it's still got the same kind of file, right? Or not file, screwdriver right there. Of course, here I can bust out a modern circa 2012 Swiss Champ, and you'll see that's the difference between the fine and the old fine screwdriver right there. No hook, no chisel. So basically you got the same parts layout as the Champ B, aka the Craftsman, but it adds the layer with the magnifying lens and the Phillips screwdriver. So you add that to a Craftsman, at least at this time period. This is all before pliers. The name Craftsman's been used multiple times. There's an 84mm Craftsman, which was later called the Artisan. Their name system is just, their naming conventions are terrible. But if you add these tools to a Craftsman or a Champ B, then you get a Champ C. Bong, bong, bong. What of it? Come at me, bro. I mean, come on. If you don't like Swiss Army knives, then what are you even doing here? We're here to talk about Swiss Army knives. They're friggin' adorable. I love them. You love them. I've got another Master Craftsman, a Hoffert's Master Craftsman coming in the mail. Super excited to get that. I really can't wait to get my Master Craftsman small back from Victorinox. I mean, I told them to just give it the works. Just make that thing sparkle like a shiny new penny, and I'll pay whatever. They're not even going to charge that much. Their price, they charge way too low. They're not really in the business of doing repairs. You know, their repair business is for their warranties, but they will, you know, do repairs as long as they don't get out of hand. So, thanks for watching. P. Degrees, out.